Hey there, Thread Wrangler. Welcome to the Quilting with Rulers podcast. This podcast is going to help you turn your quilt tops into finished masterpieces, one stitch at a time using rulers. I'm Melanie Grace, your friendly quilting buddy, ruler queen, coffee lover, cheerleader with a bobbin full of encouragement. So grab your favorite beverage, start that machine, and let's start quilting like nobody's watching. Hey there, quilty friends. Welcome back to another episode of the Quilting with Rulers podcast. This is where I can help you to go from UFO pileup to finished quilt that you are going to be proud of. I'm your host, Melanie Grace. I am a lifelong creator, extrovert, and your biggest cheerleader in the quilting room. Woo! So today's episode is a little bit different. I know I also haven't posted a podcast in about a month, and I'm sorry for that, but I have been working really hard, guys. I am about to pull back the curtain and share something that I have been working extra hard on for you, and something that will help you finish your quilts faster with more confidence and with a whole lot more joy. And yes, I am talking about my very own Quilting with Rulers Academy. This is my signature online course that teaches you how to go quilt all your quilts and do beautiful designs on your home sewing machine using rulers and a free motion ruler foot. No long arm needed. If you ever felt intimidated by free motion quilting or thought rulers were just for the pros, this episode is going to show you how approachable, fun, and game-changing ruler quilting can actually be. So let's start with the why. Why should you even bother learning quilting with rulers? Here's the truth. Most quilters have a stack of unfinished quilt tops. Maybe they're neatly folded on a shelf. Maybe they're nicely folded and placed on a blanket ladder. They might be living rent-free in a project bin. But the step from quilt top to finished quilt often does feel like a very scary one or expensive one. You have spent hours, days even, piecing your quilt top, and now you're supposed to wrestle it through your machine quilting it, not even knowing what to quilt. Maybe you're scared of wobbly stitches, uneven spacing, bulky bunches is just enough to annoy anyone and get them running back to just piecing the quilts. And I can't blame you. I love piecing. A finished block is a beautiful thing. But this is where ruler quilting will really step in like a hero for you. It gives me and can give you the guidance that you usually have with a walking foot, but the freedom that you get with free motion quilting. It helps you create straight lines with a straight ruler, smooth curves with a smooth ruler, precise motifs with special templates, a full over, all over quilting with a major meander template, and you are going to love this. So I didn't start quilting with rulers until about 2020. And to be honest, at first I thought it was way too advanced for me. But the more I learned, the more I realized that rulers actually made quilting easier and not harder. And that is why I created the Quilting with Rulers Academy, because I saw that there were so many quilters stuck at the exact same point I was, where you were either, I was unsure which rulers to start with. I was confused how to actually set up my machine. Like, how do I lower my walking feet? And I was nervous about just messing up my quilts. And I know you might be in that same boat. Inside my academy, I break down everything from choosing the right rulers to the right needles, the right thread, setting up your machine, to stitching to the very first designs on your quilt with confidence. What's inside my course is step-by-step video lessons that walk you through that entire process, and I try to remove all guesswork. Everything that I do is beginner-friendly designs that are going to look professional and totally doable by you on your machine. I also have some downloadable cheat sheets that you can keep next to your sewing machine to keep your ruler quilting tips right next to you. Also, you're going to get a free quilt pattern from me. You're going to have a community, and you will have lifetime access. You can revisit lessons anytime you need a refresher. And also, because I love this, since the last time I launched my course, I actually put new videos in with more ideas. So I'm constantly evolving and creating and adding to it, because I know how motivating it is to have someone in your corner to cheer you along. You're also going to get access to a private student community where you can ask questions, share your wins, and cheer each other on. One of my favorite parts of running this course was seeing the transformation in my students. Sarah, she had 14 quilt tops in her UFO pile, and she told me that after the first two modules, she was able to finish 3 quilts in 1 month. Or Linda, she was convinced that she just wasn't creative enough for this free motion quilting, and now she's making quilted table runners for her family. There aren't just one-off stories. They're what happen when you give yourself the tools and guidance to finish what you start. If you're ready to start quilting with rulers with confidence, I'd love to have you join me inside the Quilting with Rulers Academy. You can get all the details and enroll at the link in the show notes. Whether you've been quilting for years or you just finished your first quilt top, this course will give you the skills and mostly the confidence to take that final step from quilt top to finished quilt. No more pain the long arm, no more stacks of unfinished quilts. Finished quilt that you quilted at your machine with rulers. I believe in you. You can do it. And I hope you join me. All right. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you learned something new or you're excited to try quilting with rulers, I would love to hear from you. You can tag me on Instagram at the Melanie Grace and show me your latest project. Until next time, keep those stitches straight, your creativity flowing, and remember, you can finish what you start. All right, happy quilting. And that's a wrap, Quilt Boss. Whether you're stitching straight lines or dancing with curves, remember, rulers are your quilting BFFs. Love this episode? Hit that follow button and leave a review. It helps quilters find our cozy little corner in this podcast world. Until next time, keep your seam straight, your thread untangled, and your quilting mojo strong. Happy quilting, you rock star.